Hi, my fellow target individuals of patriotic Americans. I'm doing this update status video as a way of telling you how I've been doing. For people that are new to my YouTube channel, I'm going to tell you why I've made this YouTube channel and actually making videos for it. I'm making this YouTube channel to document my horrible situation / journey of being a targeted individual and what I'm going through as a conspiracy activist. I don't call myself a conspiracy theorist anymore. Conspiracy theorists don't do shit. They say shit, and some of the shit that they say is not true. And they don't actually act on what they say about government or anything. I decided that I would coin a term called conspiracy activist. That activism is how I'm to take care of and deal with government corruption, government conspiracies. That's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do something. I'm actually going to activism. I'm actually going to do an action based on what I know rather than just saying shit. Especially shit that doesn't matter. Meaning no trivial nonsense. I am forthright and I get straight to business. It's all serious business. The thing is about my fellow target individuals and tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists, I don't know if I can use that term, troopers. Thing is that they don't do enough. Especially the conspiracy theorists or troopers that aren't target individuals and actually have a very good life and enough money to give to charity at least. Do that to get rid of government corruption. I'm very thirsty. Thirsty today because I've been outside working on my garden and going up in the mountain side to plant mushroom spores and also to do some mountain climbing today because I needed to work out and get the shit out of my bowels that is causing me to have a major stomach aches. I have figured out what's causing me to get nauseous and have stomach aches. It's the MCT oil, coconut oil, that's causing me to get nauseous. And it also can cause headaches. I'm going to stop doing MCT oil. On the internet, I looked up all kinds of things that I've been taking and eating and what the side effects would be. And MCT oil is said to have side effects of headaches, nausea, and stomach aches. And I've been having them every time I put MCT oil in my coffee in the morning. I'm going to stop doing that. Today, the MCT oil gave me stomach aches, nausea, headaches, fatigue, and it also made me have diarrhea. I felt disgusting today. I felt like I have fiberglass in my stomach. I would have made this video earlier today, but my stomach and shit feeling crappy was making my day rough, and I am not going to Make it rough like that again. No MCT oil. God damn, it felt like I was being poisoned or something. I went on the mountainside because I know exercising and moving my bowels and sweating would help me sweat that MCT oil and all the chemicals it was producing out of my body in order to get it out quicker. Because even though I had diarrhea, it was taking hard time for the diarrhea to get out. And it's because where I don't eat a lot and where I ate a sweet potato and bananas for breakfast, that stuff is so hard that when I was having diarrhea, it wasn't allowing food to get through my bowels as quickly as possible to get the MCT oil out of my body and all of its chemicals that it was producing in my stomach as quick as possible. I also had to take care of a raspberry vine that grew from raspberry seeds from raspberries because it was killing my mom's wisteria. Yesterday, my mom made a comment about how the raspberry bush that I let grow because it accidentally got there due to spilling berries at one point out there, and one of those berries was a raspberry, and its seeds sprouted and made a giant raspberry bush with a lot of roots underneath it, and has some raspberries on it. I had to get rid of some of the raspberry bush in order for the raspberry bush not to kill my mom's wisterias, even though wisterias are invasive plants anyways, and way more invasive than raspberry plants. And my mom is going to bitch about how my raspberry plant is killing her wisteria. I don't even think that those wisterias are supposed to last that long. And I think those wisterias, their flowers naturally died. Some of them naturally died because they have already done their purpose as the flowers. And my raspberry bush, it doesn't keep its flowers forever. Its flowers turn into the fucking raspberries. I only let the raspberry bush that had raspberries on it alone, that part of it alone, in order for me to have raspberries. I just got rid of the raspberry bush parts that were growing inside the patio where my mom sits. That's the only parts I got rid of, and at least you'll be okay with that I got rid of the stuff that was growing in her patio. And that might make her think that her wisterias are not going to get destroyed completely because I got rid of at least some of the raspberry bush and its roots. I wouldn't say some. I think that I got rid of at least half of it, I think. And I'm going to figure out what to do with the rest of it after its raspberries are formed. Also had to go and take the raspberry bush pieces that I got rid of and take them down to the creek. Planted them down by the creek in order for them to grow down there instead, and I can have raspberries down there. Also found a bush right beside my Papa Chucky's junk that I think is a black raspberry bush or a blackberry bush that I planted down by the creek as well. Down by the creek, I have red raspberries and blackberries growing down by the creek. The black raspberries were naturally there because they're naturally occurring weed in my environment, naturally occurring plant in my environment. There is so many berry bushes that have been growing by my creek that it's like a food forest. I also had to take care of the garden today and see how my mushrooms are growing out there. I have to clean up a little bit in the house after I'm done with this video, and I have to go and put some mushroom spawn spores in the garden in order for me to have wine cap mushrooms growing in my garden as well today. When I went up in the mountain today, I placed some chaga spores on the sweet birch trees back there in order for me to have chaga mushrooms that I can harvest back there. I've also implanted reishi back there and umbrella polypore. Today, the diarrhea that I have had, along with urinating a lot, has caused me to be a little bit fatigued and dehydrated. Gosh. I do feel like a little bit like shit, but I still have things that I need to do today. Fuck me. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get myself a new bed because this bed I have, it has mold underneath it. And I've outgrown this bed. It's shitty. It's only lasts for a year anyways. I'm drinking ginger ale for my stomach because my stomach is still a little bit messed up. But not as messed up as it was today. Fuck. I got myself a bed frame to put my new bed on. It's made out of wood pallets, recycled wood pallets. And I'm going to paint my wood pallets with the same paint that I painted my coffee table right there. Well, I don't use it as a coffee table. I just use it as a table. Bye. Talk to you later. My mom's home now.